Hey guys, welcome to the Centre Bounce. Joe is on his way. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I'm doing well too. Mate, I tell you what, there is conundrums galore tonight. I'm talking conundrums galore of, hey, who do I bring in? Who do I trade out this week? Do I keep Davidson? Do I not keep Davidson? Do I shave my head? What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Maltesing, sorry I wasn't online on Tuesday. Have gone on holidays. Maltesing, fantastic. How's the team going? I'll try and get online for a while tonight. Big game tonight. Good test to see if the Pies have it or not. Well, hopefully your holidays are going well. Don't need to worry too much about the stream. Yeah, huge thing for the Pies as well. Few of us are in a position to either bring in a Brisbane player or bring in someone like Nicky Dacos potentially in our teams. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. We'll see kind of what happens there. Michael, how you doing, Michael? Hi, guys and viewers. How's the voice, Joe? Ooh, didn't lose it like Will Schofield at Gather Round. Ooh. Joe can tell you all about it. Hopefully you guys have seen his team review video as well. Definitely having a bit of a look. Here he is, the big man himself. Joe, how's it going?
Yeah, going well. How's the voice? Yeah, my voice is fine. Hope you did not lose it like Will Schofield at Wild Willies at Gather. Nah. Didn't lose the voice. I didn't yell or shout at all. It was a wonderful time. Nothing to be upset about. The Bombers won. We're up and about. Calm the Dons. It's all good. Flag Dons all the way, mate. We're on fire.
Mine's Minnie's learning from Chris Scott. Oscar Allen dropped. Yeah, there you go. The BS from our club. But, mate, it is round 6 and Oscar Allen's already gone. So they're going to be doing some fake chat for the rest of the year. Oh, he's going to have a 6-week hammy just after the bye round. He's going to be shopping for houses up in Brisbane. You know, whenever they play them next up north, he's going to take some extra time out to go see family or some nonsense. Yeah, it's just it's rough. Should be a good game. Maltesing. Lions start slow again. They could be in trouble. Definitely hoping Grego got to debut, but unlikely. Yeah, nice to have Sam Marshall too debuting, which hopefully means that, you know, in 2 weeks, I don't see him getting dropped. In 2 weeks, we may have another cash cow, Joe.
That is true.
Yep. Velo. Good evening, guys. Hope you had a good week and community team dominates. Now, you'll have to come and show us, Joe, how the community team is doing in a little bit. Sure. And we also have our tips to do as well. I've sneakily done mine already with someone from work, but yeah, definitely there. Hey, lads, back to Oz. 2 down and 1 up. M. Roberts, Reed, and Nevitt for Zachy, Merritt, Gross, and Cleary. Cool. Nice. I like it. And it's good. Maybe not so much Roberts, but a lot of people this week definitely got a few rookies that are fat, that are ready to go. A lot of people trading out the likes of Davidson and a few other players. So there's definitely some things there. Time just showing. Oh, yeah. There you go. You know what the time is. I reckon we'll get a whole bunch of people at like 6 o'clock jumping on Jokers. For some reason, StreamYard says 6 o'clock. I don't know. Maybe Big J broke it. It's that damn hitchhiker's fault. There you go. It is. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, hitchhiker? Sean, how you going, Shawnee? Good evening. How you doing, Frankie? Looking at Hasty, Stone, and Henderson to Rosie, Gross, and Cleary. I don't mind it. One thing that Joe and I had a bit of a chat about off air was weighing up if Rosie is going to be a top selection or not, and the implications from that really affecting your team quite a lot. So, you know, if Rosie doesn't end up having DPP, which could happen, which could not happen. I mean, it's the first time ever where he's actually gone into the defense and had CBA. Sorry, had no CBAs last week for the rest of the season. So starts off the trend, but round 11 is all of the games, not just between round 7 and round 11. If he doesn't, does he end up being a trade out target, Corey? And in my head, I'm kind of slowly trying to figure that out because it's really going to determine what I do this week. Originally, I had Merritt and Dacos in and Davidson out. Now I've had Henderson, Thilthorpe, and Roberts out and getting in Horn, Francis, and Rosie back in alongside Gross. So, yeah, it's an interesting one, I think, for a few of us this week. And, another week where ultimately defining kind of decisions really, really hurt. Because if you don't get him in, similar to a Horn Francis, they are going to be very expensive soon. And you probably just decided, well, I'm not going to get them in for a while. So how about that, Joe?
Yeah, exactly. It's true. I think it's all about really just getting the best players that you can get into the team, really. Finishing your team with top liners. I think it's really important that the players that you pick in really are going to be the top of their lines, because you're not looking to trade them back out again. These are the people that you're sort of cementing. And, the thing with Rosé is that he's never played this role before at AFL level, and there's no real guarantee that that role persists, moving forward. He did look really good in that role, absolutely, but you just don't know whether or not it sticks is the thing. So I'm happy to wait. If he's going to be top of line, then he's still going to be relatively cheap because he has dropped in price a little bit. And obviously we have some other cash, some other cash cows, for example, that we can refer to that we can possibly get in. So I don't necessarily think it's a must to get him in ASAP.
1 second.
If I look a little bit distracted, it's because I'm sort of thinking about getting you guys' opinion. So let me just I've got two scenarios that I feel not too bad about going down in terms of various trade options. So let me just present my screen for a second. Share screen. All right. So I've got two options that I am seriously considering. First one could be Sardis, Henderson, and Roberts for Gross, Cleary, and Dacos. This way, I get to keep Davidson against a favorable matchup in the Saints this week. So that could kickstart his cash gen for me and get him closer to 350. Or I just simply say, thank you very much for your services. You were never a keeper. You're there to be a cash cow for me. You've made me cash, and I'm able to get in an Uber premium as a result. Leave myself with some money in the bank, 91,200, which I can then use to trade out with Humphrey, sending, Ashcroft or Marich into the forward line, and then I can get Nick Dacos next week with a 1 down, 1 up to get Humphrey up. So it all obviously depends on whether or not Sardis is named. If Sardis isn't named, then he could be someone that goes. But at the same time, I feel like we have to play him. I'm also leaning towards trading out Davidson, personally. I'm also leaning towards this option because I think we have to play Sardis. I think he is best 22. I think if we're going to genuinely be good moving forward into the future, we need to pump games into Elijah so that he can continue to improve. He's too good for VFL level. His numbers at VFL level are just too good, getting 30 disposals and heaps of clearances. I think we brought in Setterfield, Goat for a tagging role against the big body in the absence of Caldwell and Parrish. I think there's no obvious tag target for the Eagles. So I'm hoping Sardis gets named this week. So that's why I'm sort of leaning towards just getting in Merritt against the Eagles, who give up a lot of points to midfielders, and hopefully have enough cash for next week to get Dacos in. So that's what I'm sort of leaning towards at this point, saying, thanks, Davidson, you've been great. You made me your cash. And that's what I'm sort of leaning towards.
Nice.
And then the good thing is I can then let's see, what am I doing? So Hall, I don't really want Hall. Prefer, for example, a Marriage, and then Hall goes on the bench. Then we have Merritt as the VC against the Eagles in a favorable matchup, and then we'll go with Brayshaw against Melbourne as a
It
favourable
works.
matchup.
It works very nice.
Yeah, and then O'Connell, we can loop between Reed and Trainer. Reed plays on the Friday night, Trainer plays on Saturday night. So and then the Saints play Sunday night. So yeah, we can loop between these two and hopefully get a good score. I think Gross scored 82, should have been 90 plus if he didn't give away a stupid 50 towards the end, getting pissed off. So, in a smashing, he scored over 90 basically. So happy to put Gross on field. Yeah, I think those are my moves for this week, I think.
Nice. Yeah, it's Big J, what do you do with your team? That's going to be
we'll show the community team as well. Show the community team, flex the community team, and let everyone know how well that's doing. All right, where was the last comment that we got up to? Globes, g'day Globes. Good to see you, my friend. Black Don's cheese, you know it, mate. You know it. Everyone bringing in Dacos. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's bringing in Dacos. I don't know. I'm sort of hoping that he struggles a little bit against tough midfield matchup.
I hope not, because I'm going to bring him in.
So this is Ned Long a good option?
Yeah, I think this is where we're up to. Ned Long a good mate. If you're Super Coach God, you want Ned Long to go massive because he is going crazy. Look, long ends. There you go, mate. That was great timing right there. Yeah. There's a lot of Ned Long hype at the moment. We'll see if it works out for you. Trades this week, Moraes, Henderson, and Nevitt to Gross, Cleary, and Dacos. Nice work there. I think with myself too, like, if I don't get two big players in this week, it was something Joe and I were talking at post of the drive home, actually on the drive home, which is always fun. If I don't get big players in this week, I won't be getting them in for 2 weeks because next week I'm looking to double downgrade. Like if things happen. So with no boosts left, it's really not great. Yeah, this is obviously the changes for the team this week, Joe.
Yeah, these are the changes for the community team. It was voted. We will save the boost for next week. We have got a lot of money in the bank as a result of doing this, and we're giving Roberts one more week to prove himself. And if he doesn't, then Roberts can go. With this money, we can afford
double upgrade.
Yeah, we can afford a double upgrade next week of Roberts to Dacos, swinging Bice into the back line, and we can get rid of Humpty or Petrarca as well. So with this money in the bank, we hold on to the boost, we give them another week, we see how things play out, and we've got the cash to attack next week. Hewitt could be back this week. And I think the best thing about the community team at this point in time is that it is not really invested in round 12. Sheasel, Chera, DeConning, and Daniel. So there's only 4 players in the community team that plays in round 12, which means that we do have scope to trade in another one. So could be a Horn Francis, could be a Rosie, could be a Bontempelli. You know what I mean? So we do have the room to add another premium in from that buy round when they become juicy, and the cash generation is off the charts. No dead rooks on the bench apart from Boyd, who is a great loophole for us with how many Sunday games that they play. So that's why this team definitely has scope to really challenge this year. And if you want to be part of the decision-making process in the trades to come in, the trades to go out, if you want to have your say in the Democracy Manifest team, you got to be a member and join us on Tuesday nights. But this is what the team looks like. It's better than my team with a boost and heaps of money in the bank.
It's better than my team too.
So that's that. Let's go back to the comments. Logan, very good source, telling us Young, Elijah, and Akers are in for Carlton. 3rd week in a row, our ins have been leaked. Confidently can say Pitane will miss TDK to the moon, please.
Yeah, please. It makes me really sad to still have Camporelli in the team.
Yeah, me too.
there's some beautiful things you can do with that extra trade if you want to do something else. And yeah, at this point, I think he's going to end up being a dead rookie, which is not very nice because he doesn't even have DPP.
Correct.
Yeah,
And they play so many early games, it's not even a great loop.
no, it's crazy, man.
Dacos, Merritt, and Cleary. Oh, sexy. Sexy,
Yeah. I like it, Sean. I like it, Sean. Just have to hope that Cleary doesn't get dropped with all these Sydney players supposedly coming back soon. So that's the only thing.
Much love, Kai. If you haven't subbed to Kai
fine.
already, what are you doing? Causa, I reckon hold Davidson third easiest for wingers. St Kilda are as a matchup, and he's playing at Marvel. He could be a very fine hold. Absolutely could be a fine hold, but in our community team, there's really not too many other players who have made a lot of cash, so nothing against holding him, but I also think he's a fine trade out as well. I mean, his break even is up to 60 now, and he's made us 180K. Sometimes it's good to just be like, thank you very much for your services. You've done wonderfully for us. If he gets to 350, you know what I mean? Like 350 is normally the top tier for rookies. So if he's got to 350, he's made an extra $57,000. Well, could be worthwhile holding on to, but if he allows you to get an Uber Primo in right now, I mean, there's no real reason to wait. Coasters for their first win this year. Hey, Michael, believe me this. If the Eagles beat the Bombers, I will still be happy. You know why? Because if we lose, it means we don't go up the ladder. And if you win, it means you go up the ladder. And the dream scenario for the Bombers is that we finish around the bottom 4 and Melbourne also finish around the bottom 4, because then we get 2 top 4 draft picks in the draft. So if we win, good stuff. And if we lose, it's still good stuff from a draft perspective. It is genuinely a win-win for us if we lose to regardless of what happens. So I'm feeling chill. I'm feeling so chill, Michael. Davidson, Luca Livolti, Davidson, Moraes, and Roberts out for Merritt, Cleary, and Gross.
Yeah, I can almost do it. I can almost do it. I can almost get those 3 in. It's rough, man.
2 rookies and a mid-pricer for 2 rookies and an Uber Primo. That's an upgrade to me. I don't mind that. Is Big Chase sniffing a cheeky ruse win?
Look, I haven't even tipped them this week, just for the fact that I know North Melbourne likes to hurt my feelings. But I really hope so. It's one of the games where, with some good things on our side, potentially stuff could happen. It's more about, similar to every game that North Melbourne plays, like the team's good enough. Yeah. And this is the most frustrating thing again, like being a Roos supporter. The team is good enough. We can win. It's up to the players if they want to win or not, which is really the defining problem, because some weeks they want to play and some weeks they don't want to play. And some weeks they want to play for three quarters. Heck, and some weeks they don't want to play for 3 quarters. They'll come in on the last quarter and try and do their best, or we play 3 quarters, end of the 3rd quarter, we give up 15 goals, and then that's it. So our defense is not the best. Key forwards are really going to hurt. But outside of that, it's just, the talent's there, man. The talent's there. It's just up to the boys, which is always the most frustrating thing, because, the talent's there. So I hope so. I hope with Wardlaw back, gives us a bit of a boost into the midfield, which is what we're looking for. Hey presto, we can now score goals and do what we want and take on a few of these players. I mean, Carlton's mids are tough, no doubt. Cripps is going to give us a lot of trouble because we can't defend. So, it's we'll see what happens.
I'm not a fan. This is interesting. I actually did not even notice this until you commented this, Velo. Okay, so they've actually put the face of the person. Why? And then they're showing. You could do list of. Oh, even then. Okay, interesting. I don't even know which way I prefer, to be honest. I think
Hmm,
it might be just
that's
easier
cool.
this way, to be honest. Interesting.
Nice.
Some
They've
nice
changed
new,
it around. That's
some
very
UI
cool.
changes. Yeah, I prefer the old one, but it might grow on us, Velo. You never know. New things can rub us the wrong way, so we'll see what happens next week. The more we get used to it. Thoughts
Mm,
on Ned Long, says Ducky14. Look, just pray to God, and ask God. And look, he seems to be all right. He seems to have the role. He's getting. The coach said good things about him,
yeah.
but for me, uh,
I don't think he's ever getting dropped. It's just inflated price, really.
at this point, I just feel like you're trading in rookies and you're trading in premiums. I'm not
Yeah.
looking for any mid prices at this point in the season. We picked the mid prices previously for them to make money for us, and some of them have. I mean, how much money has Marich made, for example? If we go to Marich, he's made 142K from his
Mm,
first, thing, and then looking at Humphrey, he's made 76. So we're definitely hoping that he can make a bit more this week with a 69 break even against Richmond. So that's, Humphrey's certainly been a lot more of a disappointment than Marriage has, for example. But I think from this point on, you're looking to really just get in guns and rookies. The rookies, because they free up a lot more of your cash. They allow you to access the equity that you have in these players so that you can obviously then trade in the Uber premiums who you're looking to keep and be top of line for the rest of the year. If you're getting in mid prices, then you're not quite accessing as much equity in the money that you've made from the other rookies. And you're also not putting in an Uber premium player on the field. So that's going to be another trade that you're going to have to do down the track. So
yeah,
could
and for us
potentially
that
be
have 25 trades left, it's probably not the best position to put yourself in.
exactly. And
Because we're, yeah, I was going to say we're most likely going to have to trade out Oliver and Chera as well,
yeah,
unfortunately. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for those if you haven't burnt through a lot of trades, then that is one of those trades that you can do because for those of us who've been sidewaysing a lot, unfortunately, we're just going to have to really commit to the guns and rookies approach and really hope that the rookies make the money for us. Whereas if you've got a bit more, you know, trades to burn, then you can have some of these intermediary trades that allow you to potentially get more cash. But if it doesn't work for us, the ones who've burnt through trades, then it's going to be harder to finish our team. So I'm in a position where I can't take that risk personally. Even if
So
he
haven't you
is a
heard, Joe?
discounted
Yeah,
primo.
discounted Primo, Joe. Haven't you heard already?
Oh jeez. Discounted primo. He's never done it before. How is he Ned Long? Jeez, Ned Long. He's played the games of his career. He's played the games of his career. 72% CBAs and 71% CBAs, and he's averaging 113.5. That's just insane. Insane. Very impressive. Decent disposal efficiency, good tackles. He was even in the ruck. He's even been in the ruck. 1% of ruck and 5% of ruck. This guy can do it all. This guy's the GOAT. And he hasn't even kicked the goal in those games either. Like, he's got a
He's
wonderful stat line.
he's the
Wonderful
new
stat line.
Paddy Cripps, Joe. This year's
Look,
Paddy Cripps.
yeah. I can't do it myself. Personally, I can't do it. I've burnt too many trades to do it. And if it fails on me, then I'm screwed. So, complete AFL player. Longy is the man. Look, the Collingwood supporters are all on him. Trust the Collingwood supporters, all right? I can't get him in. I can't get him in. If you can get him in, go with your heart. Go with the heart, I guess. Where was it? He had 56% CBAs last year for a 41, 52% for a 61, 58% for at 37. Some lower time on ground last year, though. This year, he's jumped up to 80%. Even this one, he had 75% for 50 and 58% CBAs, and he scored a 57. So, like, you just never know against a tough midfield how he's going to go. His big score was against Port. They smashed him, didn't they?
I think so, maybe.
Yeah, they smashed him. It was almost 100 points. They
Hey,
smashed
Rodney.
Port. So they smashed Port there. They basically smashed the Swans last week as well. We'll see. We'll see what happens. He's not for me at the moment. Not for me. Rosie will get DPP if roll continues. Well, he's going to have to wait till round 12 for that. So we've got plenty of time between now and then. Wait on Rosie, see his roll. Correct. Tommy, Henderson, Lindsay, and Pryor to Rosie, Cleary, and Gross. Backing in Davidson for a few more rounds. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Lindsay, though. Lindsay gone. You don't want to back in Lindsay no more? I mean, Lindsay, break even of 64. He's playing at the MCG now. He had low time on ground, if I recall, last week to manage the injury. 64% TOG. Yeah, he's normally better than that. He's normally 74, 80. You know, it's still that same half-back winger position that Melbourne love to use the ball on. I'm happy to hold on to Lindsay still. I think he still has plenty of cash still to make. 14 disposals, 5 marks. Yeah,
He'll be a lot better once that 9 gets out of his system too. So
correct.
give him like a week or two, and then things will be a lot better for him.
Matthew Onyanov, has anyone heard any updates in Sherry injury? He is playing through potential. Could be under 500K in a couple of weeks. Could be a good flex at that price if he gets over injury.
Well, that's it, mate. Like, if you can jump on Cherry Flex, you're doing very, very well. I think it's just like a management type deal with Cherry. Looks like I think he'll be okay, but it's more just, hey, what's going to happen each week by week, really, more than anything else. You know, sometimes these AFL players will, you know, I don't know if it was Pendlebury or someone else, Joe, had made a good quote saying AFL players are rarely at 100%. They're, you know, everyone's got niggles, everyone's got things happening. So, you know, it's more just a case of, well, this guy's got too much of those things happening at once. But as Clarko, I think, said today, maybe Corey can confirm, he said basically, hey, if he's not fit, we won't play him. So just take that with a grain of salt, I guess, a little bit.
The plan. Finally, something has gone to plan for me this year. Honestly, everything has gone to shit. But the call at the start of the season to just wait on Sherry to get through the tough gig, the tough stretch, will certainly drop in price. We called it, and that's exactly what's happened.
The injury, but yeah.
Mate, I predicted that he would drop in price. Has he dropped in price? He has. The prediction was correct.
Just for different reasons than what you thought.
The prediction was correct. He's had a tough gig, very difficult, and he's been kissed a few of these games. Honestly, he gets like max points for everything. It's insane, Tristan Sherry. Someone at Champion Data owns him, but it's gonna be close. We're close to getting him in, ladies and gentlemen. And then all you care about is having him after his bye, when everything when it opens up and he has such a wonderful green run. So if you don't own him, we're licking our lips at the moment.
He'll end up being a must-have alongside probably Max Gawn and then whoever else is number 3. Hopefully it's the player that I have TDK. But yeah, I think I would be more than happy to run Cherry and maybe like go slow on someone like a Nick Dacos or whatever. just because they're not going to be keepers, yeah. So it makes it a lot harder to own in Supercoach.
Yes. Yes. Thinking of getting Martin this week. Great run coming up, and DPP is
Nice.
handy. Oh, Nico
Yep.
Martin.
Yep. I like it. I don't mind it. It's more just a being out to fit stuff in, really. If you can fit all the players in, then go for it.
Nick.
He's cheap, Joe. He's only like 515k, man.
Yeah, 515. He's dropped 50 odd K. Break even of 113. He could beat that. He could kick a bag. He's had some good run. He's had some good games.
It is West Coast.
And then he's got Collingwood, and then he's got you guys. You know, he doesn't mind playing against these teams. So look, that forward DPP definitely does come handy. Is he top of line? Look, I think he probably is. Look, because what he has going for him is this insane work ethic. Look at this time on ground. The guy's a machine. So he's always giving himself every opportunity to get involved in the play. And what he's been doing more now, I feel, is that he's taking more marks, playing. He pushes pretty far back. Yeah, exactly. I was want to say it feels like he pushes pretty far back and is used as a bit of an outlet kick from onto the wing, because he just works the wing really well. But normally you don't like spending up that much money for a winger. He's got 108, and a large part of that came from a big time goal when Melbourne were pushing hard in the third quarter, and he just pushed forward, didn't give up, knocked the ball out of May's hand, and then kicked the goal. So this disposal here was a goal, which was a big time goal for us in the third quarter, which you would have got quite a bit of scaling for. So this number of 108 really should have been maybe closer to a 90 to 95. So is that enough for top line in the forward line? Look, it probably is. But do you want to spend 516.5 for someone who might give you 90s? I don't know. I feel like there might be better use of the money elsewhere, personally.
Potentially.
Craig Trezise or Tresis. Hey, dudes, double down to Cleary and Gross, or one of the rookies and Dacos / Raul. Cheers.
Look, I really like I like the rookies this week over the rookies next week. I think the rookies this week are much better. I think both will be fine. Like, you can definitely look to bring in one or two from this week and then the rest from next week, and cool, you're okay. There's no problems. But in terms of like scoring capability, I think they're a little bit better. I think like anything though in this game, it's more dependent on, are you going to bring in a player? And there's a lot of very juicy players getting close to going back up in price. You got all the guys from Brisbane, got Dacos, Zach Merritt hitting, around that 120 break even as well, which is, doable for these players, I guess. So, yeah, it's more about you go one up, one down. But I think if you're going to spend the boost, perfect to get both in.
Yeah. Joe looking at getting Sammy as flex. Man, Sammy Draper, look, I was actually typing Sammy. Go to Sam Draper, cheeky, right? Though. Break even of 68. He's got the forward DPP. He's going to be the main ruck. We're going to bring in 2 meter Peter this week, the pinch hit, but we're going in really with him as our solo ruck in the team. And I'm pretty sure, don't take my word for it. Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure the season schedule for rucks pretty favorable for Essendon, if I recall. Ruck by average. But Essendon have by far and away. Look at that. Green, orange, neutral, green, neutral, green, maybe red. Green,
pretty good, man.
Green. What is this? What is this run for Essendon's ruck? Oh my God, Sam Draper. Wow.
Wow. 415k, man. If you're cheeky enough to do it, it could pay dividends, but it's one of those balls picks,
Wow. He's got the forward DPP and the ruck. Mate, if you've got a crap Ruckman. Wow. Unbelievable. So he went 110 on the weekend because obviously the first quarter was the injury to Brian.
Yep.
67% ruck contests. I anticipate it should be a little bit more, but the thing with Draper is he doesn't necessarily have the best tank, but if he's going to be playing as the main ruck, it means he's going to get a lot more of the pill. 22 disposals at 82% efficiency. That is un-Draper. That is very un-Draper. I don't even know how the hell that happened. And you look at the heat map, it's not full forward because he had to be the main dude. So look, it will take big balls.
That's what Velo's saying. Yeah.
Massive kahunas. Absolutely. You'd need all the kahunas. So if you want, you can give him another week. See how he goes against the Eagles. If he gives us another nice big score, then this guy genuinely could be the sneakiest of options to trade in of all time. I mean, what is he going to score against West Coast? 100?
Yeah, it depends if Flynn plays or not, really, I think. But if Flynn doesn't play, I think he'll smash BJ Williams. So
it'll be 425. That's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Still worth trading in as a solo ruck for the Bombers. We're not going to bring in anyone else. That's it. It's him, and we have to play him. And his stocks are going to keep rising up because of the, of course, the unrestricted free agency as well. So, mate, Sammy Draper, watch him closely. Watch him closely this week. If Sardis isn't given a good run this year, I see him requesting a trade. Well, if he's not going to get a good run this year, when is he? Maybe Shield.
Anyway.
Maybe Shield gets kicked out at the end of the season. We say, "You're old now. Thanks for coming."
I think it's retirement for Shield anyway. I think, regardless of what happens with Sardis, Shield has been relegated to halfback, just because. So, yeah.
And remembering Dacos, you never catch up with the leaders if you follow the pack. True. Fading Dacos this week. Same. Ned Long watch. Absolutely.
I don't want to fade Dacos, man.
I'm convinced way too many people, I think, genuinely scared for my safety. Well, let's hope it works for you, mate. Baggers with the super dupers. Oh, love it. Get on the Hewitt train. I love George. And also...
George is sneaky good, man. It just sucks that I've already got, like, Adam Chera in my team, but he's going to tear North Melbourne a new butthole.
Guys,
legitimately going to have like new butts.
George Hewitt. I was looking into George Hewitt in the members live stream on Tuesday night, and the most amazing thing happened. I just wanted to look at the heat maps. Round 1 against Richmond. I'm just looking at the heat maps. George Hewitt with the long schlong. I love it. I love it. The schlong across the ground. He's just, Dacos or Merritt this week. You can't go wrong with either. I just think Merritt is more likely to score bigger, though, I feel. Playing against West Coast than Dacos will against a tough opposition.
Yeah, Merritt will score more 100%. I, as a potential Dacos owner, am a little bit scared just by the fact that, Dacos is playing Brisbane. And outside of having 4 gun mids, they've got someone like Berry who could just run with him the whole time. And the Gabba's not like the MCG. It's a little bit smaller. So, yeah, could end up making things very interesting. Though I would be very happy just to cheer with him or cheer for him today. That would be cool.
Matthew again, keep Davidson if you can, has games at Marvel this week and round 10, 13, 14, 15 could be a good amount of spike games coming to ride the catch.
Yeah. He'll need the spike game, that's the only thing. And I can see it happening. Like, it'll happen just to spite me. Supercoach is not my friend at the moment, but yeah. He'll need to really have a spike game.
JG, how you doing, my friend? JG from the Supercoach Hub. If you guys haven't subscribed to the Supercoach Hub boys, they do wonderful work. I'm the Dons. Love you, JG. Craig, no to trading out Roberts. His scores at the SCG are huge. He'll crack an egg on your face for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a few people saying that too, man. But I start to look at my team and I'm like, hey, who I'm actually trading out this week. So it's going to be rough.
Really, Roberto Carlos, Matt Roberts. JG, I've given the joke a week of relaxation, but it's coming back next week. Fair enough. Thoughts on the Jai Newcomb, asks Burgaroo.
I really like him. I think, though, like he can definitely smash a tag. There's no issue with that. I just think potentially there might be a little bit of suffrage now that Will Day's out. Like teams have to focus someone, and he's obviously next in line. Not that he probably doesn't care too much, but yeah, just something to think about probably.
Suffrage is the ability to vote.
There you go.
I think you mean suffering.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
See, did Bites play in this game when Roberts scored a 95? He was the sub, and he scored a 52. So,
yeah, because he came on late.
Yeah, and kicked that beautiful goal. So look, I don't know. I don't know about this dude. You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
What was the name of that dad or uncle from the Rugrats?
No. You're thinking of Wild Thornberries, not the Rugrats.
Wild Thornberries?
Yeah. Yeah. You're thinking of Wild Thornberries.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about him. Him.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Does he not?
Yeah. It's pretty funny. Nigel Thornberry. The chat
Nigel Thornberry.
Yeah.
Bro, he is him in real life. Obviously, the hair's not spiked up, but they are one and the same. I refuse to. That's it. I don't care. They are. This is Matt Roberts, ladies and gentlemen. He's looking for the lizard. He's looking for Nick Blakey, the lizard. I made myself laugh too much. I'm so dumb. All right.
Do you want to do tips before the team sheets come out?
Yeah, 5 to 7 weeks. Yeah, sure. 5 to 7 weeks for Pat Boy. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. That was regarding the Cleary news.
I've spoken about Draper. I love him. Is it worth dropping Sherry next week for Gorn because Sherry will keep going down and round 12 by scares me with TDK as well? Nah, hold on to Sherry, man. You're going to trade him out to trade him back in again because the second half of his season is off the charts. Don't trade him out, Luca. I'll be at the game tomorrow. Just hope we win. So Dan Gorridge comes into the rooms and have to sing Kanga, Kanga, Kanga.
There you go. Guys, as well, if you guys don't know, in 2 weeks on the Thursday, May the 1st, Joe and I are going and watching North Melbourne versus Essendon at Marvel. So if you guys have some time off, feel free to come down. We've got allocated seating, so we won't be in GA, but more than happy to come down, take photos, just hang out, during lunch times, whatever. So, yeah, options open to you fellas if you want.
Last few years, North have played extremely well against us. I see us losing again this week. Wow. Big call.
Nah.
Big call. Ralph and the Melbourne players have refused to go there. Not sure what that means. Maltesing. G'day, I made it. So what's up? What's talking the town? Mate, we just talk shit all day, Maltesing. You know us.
That's just
how
us.
early is too early for Bond? Probably this week is too early for Bond.
Yeah, I would give him the 3 games, to be honest. I would wait. He really needs to come out and score massive anyway because the break even is so high. Like he's got to have like a 140, 140. I think, let me say, like 125, 130 or something to not lose cash. So, yeah. Should do up the same picture, Matt Roberts with him. That'd be cool.
Can I open this picture elsewhere? Maybe in a new window potentially, and then I can make it smaller, and then have them side by side. This is the best. I just can't unsee it. No, not you. Piss off. I want him. Yes. Yes.
They look very similar. You don't even have to squint.
No, you don't even have to squint. They are. And we're not trying to tease him or anything. This guy was a cool This guy was a cool character in the show. This is awesome. I love it. G'day, Freddie. How you doing, man?
What's up, Freddie?
Thoughts on Henderson, Hewitt, and Stone to Cleary, Gross, and unfortunately Rosie back fixes up my dead rooks.
Yeah. Look, I don't mind it, Freddie. It's more just about if you think Rosie is going to keep the spot, and you think Rosie is going to almost have to be a keeper, then cool, do it. But if you think Rosie, you might have to trade him out. I know Joe and I have spent a lot of trades recently, and I really don't want to bring in a player now and be like, well, in my finished team, I might not have him. So, yeah, I already have to do that with Chera plus Oliver. I would hate to have to do that with Rosie as well.
I can bring in any primo I want. Who should I bring in? Whoever you want. Whoever your heart desires, Captain Flash. You are very blessed. I'm getting merit. I'm getting merit. I've seen his scores. I've seen his history. I love him to bits. As Rodney says, surely merit captain this week. 50 plus disposals against the West Coast Witches hats. I hear you, mate. I hear you. Long as the new Mark, he will win the Anzac medal, then fade into obscurity. Yeah, I don't even know who that is. I don't even know how to say that name. Macho? Machow? Doesn't matter how many trades you have. I'm getting 3 players this week who are all going to make 120 to 200k.
Well, there you go. That sounds like someone that doesn't have a lot of trades left.
Yeah, longwoods and upwards. Very nice, Yaron. The guy coming back in. Any update on Sardis? We shall see in a minute.
Yep.
Hey! Hippo!
What's up, Hippo?
Love you, bro. I love you. Oh, check this. Got a feeling Big J's winning the 50k.
No.
We have a feeling you're winning the 50k, bro. You are on fire, my friend. Hopefully you can continue flying up. Can you buy me a frozen Coke if you win, Hippo? Big J has a dark horse team, low key. Very nice. Very nice.
TDK
to Sherry in 2 weeks will feed.
I have to do something different, you know.
All right, let's just go back to the lineups. I think we might have the lineups now at 6:20.
I just can't bring in more Riley Thilthorpe. So that's it.
Excellent.
That's
all right. So we got it. The go is back. Memory managed.
Yep. Marshall's back too, which is fantastic. I like Marshall. I think he's going to be
he's
quite
back.
good for us. You know what I mean. Marshall's into the team in 2 weeks. We now have a half decent captain selection. So
he's back for the first time.
He's back in my team forever. Oh, I'm not going to say anything.
No spoilers. All right. So okay. I'm tipping the Lions in this one. I'm tipping the Lions by 7 points in a very close affair. The Pies are up and about. They're looking really good. Great forward pressure. And they're looking real slick. But I just think Brisbane at home, it's hard to go against the home team. So I'm going to say I'm tipping the Lions in a tight one. 7 points.
Nice.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I tipped Brisbane too.
We then move to North Melbourne and Carlton. Oh, this is excellent. So a midfielder comes in and a half-back goes out. Does that mean that the Shees is playing behind the ball?
No, apparently Darcy Tucker's playing behind the ball, which doesn't really work.
Who's Darcy Tucker?
Exactly, Joe. Exactly. Who's Darcy Tucker is a really good thing to say.
Ooh, Doherty dropped. No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Young.
He's they're gonna try and run him off 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 the wing, and it's not been working, so they've got rid of him.
Elijah Hollins. Elijah Hollins, didn't he have some bad boy troubles off the field with the bag of naughty white substance?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Bit of the sniff.
Yeah, he had a good sniff. All right. I'm tipping Carlton, unfortunately. Sorry, Big J.
That's fine. No worries.
All right. Oh, yep. Nick Bryan out for 2 minutes, Peter, as expected. Oh, Oscar Allen managed.
No, you know who's in?
Like graded.
Who's the ruckman for West Coast?
Flynn is in, ladies and gentlemen. Flynn is in.
All you people. Yeah, Flynn's in. Hall is out, which
Play
sucks
Hall.
ass.
Sandy
He did
Brock.
lose his role last week, though, so it doesn't look great, but hopefully he'll come back after a dominant run in the BFL or something. Tim Kelly will do something dodgy, and then he'll come back.
Bro, I swear. Essendon playing against West Coast over there is their grand final every year. They always load up and play their absolute best. Because I feel like outside of Fremantle, do West Coast really have any other rivalry? They always stack up against us. Honestly, it's so annoying. If we lose, like I said, I don't care. But Tim Kelly is in, Hewitt's in, Flynn in, McGovern in. All of these are great ins for the Eagles. Where is he? Hutchinson, Graham Hunt, Jack Williams, interchange, Hewitt, Marriage on the interchange. I'm a little bit disappointed that there's still no Sardis, though.
Yep.
Why are we still playing Setterfields? I know he said a goat, but like,
you got to have someone to
not
people,
playing?
yeah.
Why is Sardis not playing? This is disappointing. I'm very disappointed. Is there an emergency? Where are the emergencies? No emergencies?
No, it's the interchange, yeah.
Is it?
No, have they got rid of emergencies? Have they?
No line for emergencies anymore. This is stupid.
Yeah. Dumb.
Congrats to Archie Roberts, by the way, for the Rising Star nomination. Very, very well deserved. Looked very good. And anyone thinking of trading out Marriage because McGovern's back, don't. He's actually a great help for Marriage. I'm tipping my boy still. I don't care.
Yeah, of course, man. It's West Coast. There's a certain Henderson that's now being dropped from the Melbourne team.
He is. Rich.
Yeah, of course.
Rich.
And Rich is out.
They got no forward. They got no forward line, basically. They're bringing in Tholstrup, Fullerton, and
interesting, huh? It's interesting. Xavier Lindsay half back on field, which is very nice. Langdon on the wing. Their forward line is very small. Very, very, very small.
Wow. Petrarca on ball still. That's all we care about. Lindsay off half back. That's all we care about. Of course. Does that mean they're going to play there? No. You wipe your butt with this information. But all we can hope is that it does play out the way that we want it to play out. Maxi Gorn against an underdone Sean Darcy.
Yeah, could be a
fingers crossed. But I'm tipping the Dockers.
Yeah, I've tipped the Dockers too.
All right. Giants unchanged, unmoved. The Crows. Peatling suspended, so Berry comes in for him. Yep. Scholl's been dropped for Murray. Murray's a good in, actually. Murray's a good in. Good upgrade to Scholl. So Adelaide are not too disappointed with that. But I'm still tipping the Giants here. In an upset.
Yeah, I've tipped the Giants too. Oh, no, sorry. I actually tipped Adelaide. I hope Riley Thilthorpe kicks nothing and they laugh at him. But yeah, I've tipped Adelaide.
I can't believe Stone continues to get named.
It's good as, man.
It's remarkable.
Love it.
Honestly. I have no idea how he continues. I swear, he might be the Houdini of footballers. How does he continue to escape the getting dropped? I don't know. But we'll take it. All right. Lawler is back. Wow. Light has been dropped. Why?
Mm-mm.
Excuse me? Bauer's been dropped? What? I think these guys have been great for Richmond.
Yep.
I feel like I've lost my mind.
Yeah,
What's
it's
going on?
it's a bit dumb. It is a bit dumb. And as Captain Flash is saying here, Richmond should be ashamed for naming Bolter.
Agreed.
I don't know if it was one of the leaders at the club or someone had come out and basically said, yeah. I'm just like, no, just don't. Just
He's
don't.
been punished enough, apparently.
He's being punished.
Off.
And,
No,
get
he
stuffed.
hasn't.
Get stuffed. He has
He
not
hasn't
been
even
punished.
been punished yet. He hasn't even
Yeah.
been punished yet, let alone saying he's been punished enough. What a joke. What a joke. Yeah, nah, this is gonna be the Suns in a romping. I reckon.
Yep.
Suns can
Yep.
Suns still undefeated, by the way. Just by the bye.
No, it's good as, man.
Freaking Humphrey, named full forward pocket. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right, Sunday. So these are extended interchange, right? Yeah, extended interchange. Ratkins? Really? Okay.
We'll see.
Darcy Benjamin. Finlayson? Yeah, right. In your dreams, mate. Branger. Amadi's injured, so they need to get a forward in. Oh, Ben Patton could be back? Yeah, right.
No. He's
Justin will play.
He'll be extended bench. The thing
Yeah,
with
there you go.
the
Justin
thing
on
with the
field.
extended bench is it's a bit dumb.
So Justin's on field. So Justin plays. Francis is bench. Cleary is bench. They lost a forward, so they have to play another forward in to replace him. Francis could play as a forward. But they could play a defender and then swing and then keep what's his face? Tom McCartan forward. I think Tom McCartan plays as a genuine forward this week. They're bringing a defender. I reckon Melican's best 22, so I think Melican comes in as well. But it also seems that Justin McInerney is playing because he's on the field. It's very rare for named on-field players to not actually get up.
Yep.
So someone else is getting dropped.
As Kai says here, Melican came in and McCartan shifted forward. Cleary could be the sub risk. Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You'd assume Sheldrick sub risk. Like every bloody week, this guy is sub risk.
But do you keep a guy as a sub every single week?
If Bice is selected as an emergency this week, Joe, holy moly, it's never going to happen.
Yeah, it won't. But I'm still tipping the Swans in this game.
Can you pull up the team sheets from last week? Because Connor Rosie's not named at halfback.
I don't think he was named halfback last week either.
I know that obviously he lined up as halfback, but
I have to scroll to the end. Lineups, list view, halfbacks. Yeah, he wasn't. He was named on a wing. So it doesn't really matter where they're named on the team sheets. Doesn't matter to me. That's what I'm saying. You can wipe your butt with this information. It doesn't mean anything. It's not worth the data it's written on. All right.
Yeah. I think a few more of us have got hit by the cash gen bug too, because Hall. I look at my team. Hall out, Camporelli out. Moraes survives.
Yes,
we've done the port game. Moraes survives, so that's good. And then Henderson's obviously dead too. So now I have 3 dead rookies instead of, and Patton, of course. And Davidson's named on bench, Joe. I'm sorry, Davidson emergency or extended bench. So I don't know what to take from that.
I'm tipping the Swans at home.
Nice. Yeah, I think Swans at home are pretty easy.
All right, we get to the Bontempelli return game. The competition is so wonderful when the Bont is in it, isn't it? I love the Bont. I've missed you, Bont. Maximus Bontimus Aurelius. It's been too long, my friend. Harry Boyd, you're not playing. Stop even giving us a slither of hope. It's not happening.
All the Harry Boyd owners
is on field, by the way. Showmaker is on field. Just by the by.
Yeah.
And Liam Henry, if Liam Henry's available, he should just slot straight into the team. If he's available. But he's still on the bench. So we'll see what happens there. Davidson's on the bench. There's no way he gets dropped. Who's he getting dropped for? Seriously? Bustlinger, defender.
Yeah, Paul Allen. I mean, it's the wrong game, but Alan's saying here Roberts named half-back instead of interchange last week. So, speculation.
Doesn't matter, bro. In the end, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Where they're named doesn't matter. Windhager is not playing off half-back. All right?
Yeah, new position, bro.
It's not happening. Doesn't even matter. Seriously. Ridiculous. This is going to be a good game. Great game, but I'm tipping the Dogs with Bont's return. I've just got to go with the Bonts.
Yeah, I actually think I tipped St Kilda.
I
don't know if he's going to be... Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be underdone or what, but I'm pretty sure I've tipped St Kilda.
Look, he'll be right, but I'm tipping Bont to beat St Kilda. And then last game, not available because it's a Monday game. We've got Easter Monday.
Which is going to suck. Like, I'm glad that Hawks and Geelong are playing Monday and not like Sydney, because half your team could be done, and then it's like, oh shit, I've now got to change my selections. You know, you're not going to be bit out in the butt by doing that. I actually think I might not make any changes today in my team. I might forego having Nick Dacos in my team. It's probably going to burn me.
And Ned Long.
And Ned Long. Oh yeah, of course, or Ned Long. And then go
Ned
from there.
Long.
Really. Wait till Friday. Wait till the Friday teams have come out and said, "Hey, this is the situation," because there's quite a few players who are going to be very. Nick Dacos is not overpriced, but he's appropriately priced for what you're going to get. There's some other guys which I think might be a bit cheaper. Just got to shore up the cash gen, fellas. We've lost another rookie. We've lost another, I guess, technically another rookie with Henderson out. But hopefully Hall is back. It's rough. When Gross came in and just kicked Hall straight out of the team, warning signs, definitely. Cox in for Sullivan, apparently.
Cox? Yeah. Collingwood will definitely lose now. So, not too bad for the community team. Just Hall, which means we can't loop anybody. No one plays early. Damn it. Since when did West Coast play early in the week? Piss off. Can't even
Marshall from Brisbane's been made the sub, according to Corey. Yeah, unlucky Marshall boy.
Of course, that's what happens all the time, isn't it? So, yeah, not too bad. The team's looking good for here with lots of money, lots of cash gen. It's hot. I'm erect. This is very, very good. All right.
Yeah.
Back to the comments. PDK to Sherry in 2 weeks will feed families. It will feed all of Africa.
I'm happy to bring someone else in for Sherry, to be honest. Just upgrade normally and get Sherry and have 3 rucks.
Sam Draper.
You can have 4 rucks, Joe. Get Sam Draper in the forward line, mate.
Absolutely. Done. Right now, I've gone Roberts, Patson, and Henderson to Sard. Not.
Yeah, from Essendon. But I think he might be sub. So just be careful, yeah? He's been sub the last 3 weeks. I have a feeling he might be sub again.
I don't think you can spend 620. I think 620 plus is too expensive for a player at this point.
Ed Allen, the sub for Collingwood. People in the chat are saying.
Yeah, no worries. I'm thinking VC going into Anderson. Yeah, Anderson should do well. And Gorn against an underdone Shrek could also be very good. Stuart J. Fraser, what's the alternative to buying Gross and Cleary since everyone will do this? Is it better to buy Supremes?
Well, is spend a boost, Stuart. Spend a boost and get a primo in. That's all I'll say.
90's not enough for the forward line. Yeah, potentially. Andrew, what do you think Sard's job security is like? I think he's one of the few that if he plays poorly could get dropped because we have other players that can play
Essendon now have depth.
role. Yeah, we've got more depth this year than ever before, outside of the centre bouncers, and obviously in the key forward stocks because we've had a few injuries to those, unfortunately, to start the year with a couple of ACLs back to back. So. But
because Essendon does the hard work, so you don't have to. No, sorry.
Exactly. Essendon just injure ourselves so that you guys don't have to work hard to beat us. So, I don't know. He's been the sub 2 weeks in a row, was fortunate enough to get on early.
Very early.
But he does have that sub score in his system from last week. So I think you can still trade him in next week. You don't have to force him in this week.
Yeah. And he's got the 12 in his bloody system too, so
exactly.
He's going to be 130k instead of 120. He'll be fine.
Lachlan Spiteri, gone Roberts, Armstrong, and Davidson to Merritt, Gross, and Cleary. Very nice.
Nice.
Very nice. Still got Joshua. Still has Elijah Hewitt. Well, he's back this week. Sam Davidson, Camporeale, Sardis. Who do I move on to get a cash cow? Should I bring in Cleary or Tom Gross or both? 33 trades and 3 boosts. Bro, get them both in. Get rid of Campo, because Campo seems dead.
Yeah. I don't know why. If you've got someone from Carlton that you know who you can ask why is Campo dead, go and ask him and let us know, because I don't know why.
Campo seems dead. Elijah Sardis you can trade out as well. It's now another week that he hasn't been named. So you can trade him out too for a couple of cash cows. Elijah Hewitt is named, and Sam Davidson, people are saying, he's got the third easiest matchup. So I reckon trade out Campo and Sardis to get Gross and Cleary. I'm sure you've got someone in the forward line. I mean, you've got Elijah Hewitt, that you can swing into the midfield to get Cleary. So, yeah, I think you can trade both of those guys out. Glenn and BJ double team. No, BJ is gone. Spiel was awesome, says the CEO in the midfield last week. That he was. Dominated in the first half, but then sort of disappeared, fell off a cliff in the second half. And that's when Zach Merritt decides to carry the team as he normally does. I'm betting my house BJ Williams will score more than 12 this week. Well, I'm sorry, Michael. You have now lost your house. Give it to me. I expect the keys. Let me know when I can meet you. Michael, let me know. Sucked in. Let me know, Michael, where I can pick up the keys, mate, because BJ Williams is absolutely scoring less than 12. He has been dropped. So, Michael, where's the house? How big is it? Give me those details. I'm more than happy to collect those keys any point in time.
Joe, this week, do I go Dacos or Naz?
Dacos.
Why Dacos?
Because Naz kicked 3 goals on the weekend, and one of them was to put them up in front, I'm pretty sure, and he didn't even score that amazing. What did he score on the weekend? He scored 133, but he had 3 goals, and one of them was a big-time goal early on in the game. So, look at this roll. What is this? Ew! Really? No. No.
I'm like 10k off getting. If I bring in both of the rookies this week, which hopefully maybe I have to, I'm like 10k off getting in a good player. So I'm kind of stuck. So I just need someone who's like I need someone who's just 600k or a little bit under. So Dacos works, Dunkley works, a few others.
Texas
No,
super
no,
coach.
no merit for me, which makes things
That's
tough.
all right. Koss, Roberts, and Marriage. Marriage, bro, no. Tex, don't do it. Don't do it. Marriage will be good this week. He's got McGovern back. Don't flick Marriage. He will score well. Believe me. He'll be good this week. Trust me. I honestly, hey, Initiator. G'day, mate. I honestly thought about offloading Roberts, but it seems a lot better when you consider his low scores are away games.
Mm.
But it also seems a lot better when you consider that I've just traded him to Zach Merritt.
That's the thing, isn't it? That's the big thing.
You know,
I could do the same thing and keep Philthorpe this week, but yeah, I don't know.
But I honestly think about offloading Roberts and seeing Zach Merritt in the team. It's just like, it just makes me feel good. Roberts to Bont and get Nick next week. No, you're not trading in Bont now. Come on, Ben, too early.
You don't bring him in now.
If you turn upside down and squint your eyes, Joe, they look similar. Yes, bro, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that much legwork. Seriously? Roberts.
Yeah.
Right. Not Tobbits, Roberts. Bro, it's not. They look very similar. You don't have to squint or do nothing. Bro, Nigel could be his dad. Bro. Maybe a bit more of a tan as well. But they are the same. Okay. Better to hold Roberts or Callahan. Callahan's a dead pick. Hold Roberts. Stuart, don't think it's the ground someone plays at. It's more like the matchup. The ground does have a part to play because ultimately it is a surface that has dimensions that could differ. Like, I'm pretty sure if you asked every team in the AFL, would you rather play Geelong at the MCG or would you rather play them at GMHBA Stadium? I think 99% of people will tell you I'd rather play at the MCG than at GMHBA Stadium.
Yeah, probably. Joe, can you pull up the who has the best mids run?
Sure.
I'm conflicted. I have 600k.
I know the answer to this, but I just want to show it. I know the answer to this. It's Essendon, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't afford him. I can't afford him. That's the only thing.
Essendon.
Yeah, I can't afford him.
Essendon,
why is he not
Collingwood,
super green?
Hawthorn.
Joe,
it's not super green, but it's the lack of reds. Only one red for the rest of the year.
No, I'm saying why is the matchup not super green?
For where? For West Coast?
Yeah.
It will be this week, after this week.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, Collingwood. So yeah, Dacos and Merritt and maybe potentially a John Newcomb, but no way, not to their level. They're pretty up there with the best runs. Like Collingwood have just the Hawks twice. Got the Hawks twice as their hard matchup. So yeah, good run for both Collingwood and Essendon. For both Dacos and Merritt. 2 to 3 weeks for Bont, get him around 600k. Agreed. Which 77 Abel. Hi guys, who to drop first? Koss or Davidson? What's Connor O'Sullivan's break even? I think he's pretty close to going.
Yeah. I would probably drop Davidson, to be honest. I think O'Sullivan's only had one bad game, and that's why his scoring has really fallen off. Yeah. I would keep him.
Yeah.
It's just a bad game.
I agree. So is it true that Pissonet is playing this weekend? No, it is not.
They have
back
brought
up.
back Lewis Young, which I thought they would do.
PDK continues to hold, ladies and gentlemen. This is the best. I love it. Why would you trade Hewitt? Trade? Who's trading
Maybe
Hewitt?
Elijah Hewitt. I traded Elijah Hewitt because I'm an idiot, but that's okay.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I thought he was injured for a
Josie.
lot longer.
We'll see, Causa. If he is, then so be it. We'll see. Thoughts on Moore versus Petrarca? I reckon. What's the price difference between them? Petrarca costs $483 with a break even of 101 Dalmatians. Whereas Moore, 456 with a break even of 87. I think Petrarca's more likely to get more CBAs than Moore. Moore is prone to giving you some stinkers. I reckon Petrarca personally. He got bumps in CBAs. Close that ad and go back to here. Petrarca, he's got a bit of a boost in CBAs the last couple of weeks. He had the 65. He had the 65% against the Bombers. So, and he had 2 behinds. One of them should have been a goal. Bless you. One of them should have been a goal, wide open. But Sammy Durham never gave up on the play. Gave him a nice little push on the butt, which put him off. But this should have been over 100. So it's not too bad. I think Petrarca probably has that. Let me look at this heat map. Pretty good heat map. I like Petrarca personally. I would go with the track. Mark McGough. Thank you. What are your thoughts on Dillmore? Not to be. I'm glad you made that joke. I was gonna make that joke myself, Freddie. I actually was going to make that joke myself, but I thought, you know what? Let's be nice. I'm so glad you raised this, Freddie. Yeah, I prefer Petrarca personally. Kevin, who'd have fear out of Reed, Trainer, Cleary? Thanks, boys. Anytime, Kev. Trainer. Well, they're not all on the same line. Reed in the mids, Cleary in the forward line, and Trainer in the back line. What sort of magic are you doing, Kevin? Boys. Ned Long in. He's in, but not for me. Maybe for you, but not for me. Dillmore looks nothing like Kyra? I don't know who that is. Sorry. Thinking Brayshaw as captain. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Doing Brayshaw as the captain, Merritt as the vice capitan. If we look at the inside mids again, Fremantle have Melbourne. Green matchup this week. CWT, g'day, man. I hope Marvel Stadium bans pizza sales this week. Noah Belter is playing. That's got to be a public safety measure.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go.
But very nice. Very nice. Jen, g'day, Jen. The Bont is
Jen?
back. He is. The Bont is back.
Oh, Carroll's named too, right? Off halfback today. So he'll play his second game. Where is he named on field or is he named?
Well, it doesn't matter. This is the
you'd hope on field means he's got better job security.
Matthew Carroll on the wing.
Oh, there you go.
Jonas, good to see you, my friend.
Matthew Carroll has not kicked out Doherty for a spot, has he?
No. Well, he played with Doherty last week.
But that's what I'm saying. Like this week, they brought players back, and Carroll has kicked out Doherty.
Akers, potentially.
Maybe, yeah.
He's playing the other wing, Blake Akers.
Okay.
Good to see you, Jonas. Yes, Flynn lives. Fritsch dropped. He sucks. He does suck. Won a 4-quarter effort, and the score will sort itself out. 100% Maltesing. Agreed. Petrarca listed as midfield, who was listed as midfield last week as well, Paul. Blight admitted WTF. I know it's true. Guys, would you believe it? Richmond are tanking. Who would have thought? Blight dropped for Bolter. F my life. Yes, I agree. Hewitt in now to score like his namesake. Absolutely not. Patton is extended, I think.
Extended bench, yeah.
Don't get your hopes up too high. It's Sunday, Paul. Just hope Boyd and Patton don't play. They won't play. Melbourne is so back. Goody is the man. Absolutely. As long as they keep Goody in the role, they'll keep losing and the Bombers will get the better draft pick. Well done, Melbourne. I love you, boys. Jen, is Davidson a trade out? Thinking of trading him to Dacos, or I can go Nevitt to Dacos. Ooh, Nevitt.
I would probably trade out. I think is Nev named. He's not been dropped, so he's probably named, right?
Even a 43. He did play pretty bad last week, but I think that was his first game back from injury, right? So I think you can forgive him. You can forgive Mitch. He's a good player normally. 66 Tog, 30% CBAs. It's a great role. It's a good role. You know, first game back after being managed with 30% CBAs. He scored a 50. Not too dissimilar to the 63% where he scored 58. So if you consider that he almost matched his 63% CBA game. He's a good player. And he's got money. He's still got more money to make. I reckon you can trade out Davidson. He's made more money, and he's closer to maxed out in price. So,
yeah, maxing out without having a better score.
Come on, Joe. You will win for certain, which means you guys will be gun-ho for Anzac Day. Mate, we always try to be gung-ho for Anzac Day regardless. It's our premiership, basically. So, no emergencies is dumb. Told you it is crap. Yeah, I hate this lineup crap. Why? Like, umpires, sure. Don't confirm the umpires. I couldn't give two shits. But give me a line that says emergency. Why is Elijah Sardis not playing? Because apparently Jonas has the answer. 8 tackles in his last 9 games, whereas Seta Nuts had 10 tackles in 1 game. So are you actually going to put respect on Seta Goat, Jonas, now? Seta Goat, 10 tackles, led everybody in pressure acts on the field. What a legend. Sardis is on the emergency list. How do you see the emergency list? He bloody bashed someone up. He should be in prison. Agreed.
Yeah.
Kind of playing forward, it seems. Yep. We're now going 150 plus, potentially. McCartan goes forward. Go look on the phone app to see the emergencies, unfortunately. Wow. AFL, you shit. Why are you giving us 2 different UIs? That's so crap. Unbelievable. Disgusting. Teams. Jeez. Why? There we go. Why? What? Is it so hard? Is it so hard, AFL, to have that one little line of data? You don't have enough space on this website of yours? Not enough room. No. We have enough information to put the faces of players, but we can't put the emergency. What? Honestly, blogs. Jeez. Unbelievable. Vice, Cleary, and Henderson as emergencies. Yeah, because it's extended lists. J Mac in for Sheldrick and probably Hanley Cleary to sub. Please not Cleary. If he's the sub, we're not going to know till Sunday.
Yep.
Well, neither will. Or do we just field Hewitt to be safe? I mean, what is Hewitt score?
Pal Pepper. Why is Pal Pepper not on field?
Hewitt, 52, 58, and then got injured with the 22. I mean, we could just field Hewitt.
Just put Pal Pepper on field, you goose.
Why? He's playing away from home. He's going to die.
Doesn't matter. He's a better player. It'll be fine.
We did the votes, and the votes was Cleary. Members, any members in here? We're calling an order.
Oh,
Who's going to field at F6? Cleary, Hewitt, or Pepper? Please, members, put your votes in. Who are we fielding at F6 this week? Trade Hall or Davidson? Hall? Clay Hall? Or Max Hall? We need more information, please. When the Monday team gets announced, I think that's tomorrow.
no, it's like Sunday, I think.
Sunday? Shit.
Yeah. Friday you get named on Sunday, and then it's Sunday. Let me see if there's a thing.
I think he was best 22. He would have started the season if not for the suspension. So I'd say 7. Pepper. All right. Pepper. You're showing the same thing again. All right, Pepper.
Pepper again.
Bro, you're just showing the same comments over and over again.
That's his brother typing though. It's Bello, not Velo.
Bro, I can tell. All right, so Pepper on Hewitt as the sub. There we go. Irrelevant, but late change. Coxon for Sullivan. Yep. Roberts moved to half-back flank. We'll see. Trade Moraes ahead of Hall this week. I mean, Moraes has a break-even of 36.
He'll be fine.
He'll be okay, potentially. Maybe next
Bro,
week
he's
he can
playing.
Moraes.
He's
playing. Correct.
Like, shit.
What data would you like to know? He had 67% ruck contests. He doesn't have the tank to play out a whole game by himself. We brought in 2-meter Peter to pinch hit this week. So he's looking all right. In the games where he has solo rucked, let's have a look. Sam Draper. In the games across his career, but again, he doesn't normally solo ruck because he doesn't have the tank for it. This year, I mean, you can see his time on ground has never, apart from the 8 games, small sample size, he just doesn't even hit 80%. This year is a marked rise in time on ground, which is very impressive. 85% CBAs, 67% ruck contest, 70% ruck contest. I guess anything over 60%, I'll look at. Everything 60% and above. All right. I think that's, 61, 79, 68. 20 games. We'll just go for the last 20 games. Average of 81.7. You're not picking him for that. That's for sure. So wait on him. You don't have to rush him in. Brian's done an ACL, so he's out for the entire year. So there's no rush to get Drapes in. Bias is now interchange and Blanky moves to halfback. We'll see. What's our rank? Our rank is 1217, and it should have been 520 odd if we had got the captain correct, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So would hold Roberts. Fair enough. Yes. With Cleary a sub risk, do we still get him? There's no one else really to downgrade to this week is the thing. So because we have lack of downgrade options this week and the next week, I think we just have to roll the dice. Unfortunately. Terry carrying a hammy. Yep. Carrying 2, in fact. As is everyone else that isn't missing a leg. Should I trade Clay Hall for Tom Gross?
No.
Yeah,
Hall will be back.
Potentially. I've gone Lux Smoky trade. Sullivan, Sherry, and Warner to Draper, Cleary, McCluggage. Top 10 or bust, boys. Well, I'll be busting for you if you pop off. Hexerism. Should I trade out Clay Hall and keep Davidson? I already have 2 dead rooks looping. I don't need another. Well, Clay
Look,
Hall
I think Hall will be back. If Hewitt's anything to go by, I think one good week in the Magoos and Hall will come back. So if you've got someone else, get rid of someone else, but I think he'll be okay.
Yep, exactly. Lucas not fit enough and wasn't making him get a better tank. Okay, there you go. So Campo seems to be dead. Is Hall dead? Oh, I don't think he is. BC McCluggage or gone into Rao. Darcy looks really underdone last week. Well, he'll improve, right? The more games he gets under his belt, so he won't continuously look underdone. But yeah, I think Gorn should be okay. McCluggage just keeps doing McCluggage things, man. So I'm just getting my tips in.
Yep. No, sounds good.
Rollo, Bloke, Oath, Rollinson, blokes and ladies, good evening.
Game.
Absolutely. Just deciding between double downgrade and cheaper fallen primo to get rookie off field or boot Humpty for an Uber. Rank top 1%. You still got 5 boosts, bro. Get out of my face and get out of my life.
Yeah, I think Humpty's fine to keep. Look, it depends on who you're going to get for Humpty. If you got Humpty in at 270, then okay, it's fine to trade. I think a lot of the fallen primos probably still have a week left worth of scoring. Oh, sorry. And Humpty's playing Richmond, so he might actually kick a few goals. Yeah.
Swans.
Yeah, I think Humpty will be okay.
And Cats. All right. Joe, can you get the keys? Joe, you can get the keys from me under the Narrows Bridge. My cardboard box will have Eagles selection sucks on the side.
There you go.
Sorry, Michael. You lost your house, mate. Kako or Trainer in flex? Kako could kick some goals against West Coast this week. I reckon Kako. Have a look at DFS for easiest ruck run. I know. It is by far and away Sammy Draper. Joe, can you speak to all of us about Nick Martin, why he isn't being talked about as top 6 forward? Because he's a winger.
Yeah.
He's playing on the wing. He's not playing.
He does kick a few goals, though.
Yeah, it allows him to kick some goals, for sure. But he's a winger. He's back to that role that he was playing before, and it's very rare. The fact that he's averaging 90 already as a winger is quite impressive because wingers, it's not necessarily the best role. I mean, we saw him against the Hawks drop to 74. You know what I mean? Like, it's not great. So you can always get him at a lower price point whenever he drops a stinker. He's prone to drop a 70 here and there, which increases his break even, but I don't know. It's too unreliable of a role. He himself as a player, wonderful. Thank you, West Coast, for being shit and allowing us to get him. But as a role, though, I don't like spending around 500,000 for a winger, personally. B, C, and C options. Well, you could go Dacos, or you could go Dunkley. Could go Shazel if he's playing behind the ball. Could be good, but without knowing, it's obviously a bit of a gamble. Merit for sure. You could go obviously with either a Sarong or a Brayshaw. I know people are thinking about potentially Gorn against an underdone Darcy. That also works. How do inside mids do against Adelaide? Okay, no, they're a bit of a restrictive matchup, so that's not good.
How do key forwards go against GWS, Joe?
Oh, I would think they're shit, but let me look.
just to like make me feel better about.
Yeah, red matchup. Yeah.
All right,
red
cool.
matchup.
Yeah, nah, he's gone. Done.
Could go with a Rowell or an Anderson against Richmond. Yeah, that's about it.
Why does Zach Merritt have to be like 610K?
I know, because he's too consistent, man. He's just too consistent. That's the thing.
It's too expensive. That's the think.
Yeah, because of his consistent scoring, he's not gonna really
Apparently.
doesn't really drop that much. Draper has Richmond and Geelong twice for the rest of the year. Yeah, I know. Draper's a real opportunistic one for sure. He could make a great flex. He could be a great flex with the ruck forward DPP. On field, no loop at the SCG. Cleary or Pepper Pig, who scores big at Adelaide Oval, but garbage away from home. That's the thing. Like, is it Cleary or is it the home ground merchant in Pal Pepper? But Cleary could be the sub. So we don't really want to risk that. So, yeah. Looking forward to having Bont back as our safe backup captain every week. Absolutely.
Yeah, especially you that's got 5 boosts left, so you can probably get him in whenever you want.
Sure.
Well,
Dockley has been shit all year. Fair enough. Yeah, that sucks. Sure, I've always been a fan of Set of Nuts. I was just taking the piss because Carlton got rid of him. Oh, love it, Jonas. You're a good man, Jonas. I love you, mate. It's been a long time. Can't wait to see you again at some point at the footy. Initiator, is it the worst idea to boost in Gorn to account for the uncertainty of deconning Sherry in coming weeks? Are you boosting one of them out, or are you boosting Gorn in? If you're going to boost Gorn in, then that's not too bad, because this is why we've picked him, for this run to come right now. And his break even is low by his standards at 81. So I think it's fine to trade in Gorn if you want. Carlton were just dumb enough to place Nuts out of position on the wing when he ain't much chop. Agreed. Play Hall or Sam Davidson as a trade out. Davidson. Right, I am here, pal. All right, pal Pepper. Yep.
Yep.
Got to go. See you, Shawnee. Good to see you, mate. We're going to wrap
Hey,
things
Sean.
up. I'm picking Rosie every day across this week, and Ang, and getting Dacos next week, playing the break-even game. Fair enough. Yep, very good. Me too. Cleary or Gross? We're getting both Hiswa, but it seems that Gross might have the better job security and the better role.
Yeah,
If you had to
looked
pick
good.
one, you might be Gross. Woody! On your Woody!
What's up, mate?
Zorko, dead end. Zorko, Nakos, or Deconning as VC. Got Brayshaw as captain, leaning towards TDK with Pito not in. Zorko. What do Collingwood do to designated kickers? And Zorko loves to play at home. Collingwood, restrictive matchup. How do North go? Carlton, North, restrictive matchup.
Yeah.
Do you have someone after Brayshaw that you could possibly captain? Brayshaw as a VC could be good.
How does Melbourne go against inside mids, Joe?
Melbourne against inside mids? Melbourne are a green matchup for inside mids.
Well, there you go.
Fremantle, Melbourne. Green matchup. VC on Nick Martin this week. Ooh, boom shakalaka. We love it. Joe, Fox Sports have the teams with emergency names. Well, thankfully, Fox Sports are more reliable than the AFL listing their own freaking teams out there. Honestly, the AFL has one job to do. You run a competition, your own competition. Name things properly. Jeez, you're hopeless. Reckon if Flynn comes back one game, then gone again? That's the problem.
Potentially. That'd be pretty funny.
Ooh. Good on Holmes. Look, Holmes is good, but I just think Holmes suffers tags. We go to, is this inside mids? Yeah, inside mids. Geelong. So Hawks are tough. Carlton are green. Collingwood, neutral. Bedford. Drew. This could be okay. That's okay. But then Bedford again. Potentially Winhager. Drew. Few tags in there for Holmes, which is the one thing that I considered trading him in, but that's difficult. And then for designated kickers, GWS have only one red matchup for the rest of the year. So I reckon Whitfield. Yes, correct. I would get Gross. He's a jet. Yeah, I agree. We better not have a late change if Pitney comes in. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. All right, guys. On that note, an hour and 40 minutes. The game's close to starting. Hope you all have a wonderful, long weekend. Happy Easter to everyone who celebrates. Hope you stay safe. Have a wonderful time.
Be good, everybody.
Yeah, be good. Don't eat too many eggs. Don't drink too much alcohol in public spaces. Have a safe time and enjoy the football. We will see you all next week on Monday for the review crew.
Yep, guys, and remember as well, team reviews, as Joe says, come out on Sundays. Round 8, we are going to be at the North Melbourne versus Essendon game. So no pressure, but if you guys are in Melbourne and want to say hello, we will be here. It is a Thursday, though, so it makes it a bit tough.
Correct, guys. So if you haven't liked the stream already, it will greatly help the algorithm. Obviously, it makes us feel really good as well. So thanks, guys, so much. Jonas, Stephen, Velo, Rollo, we love you, blokes. We love you, blokes, to bits. And remember, guys, here at the Centre Bounce,
we do the hard work, so you guys don't have to. Big J doesn't know his team. Maybe I'm going to do it right now. I think Zeret and Nick Dacos in just for fun. Yeah, and you guys can hear me complain on Monday when Roberts goes 150 and Thilthorpe kicks 15 goals against GWS. Half my players are not in, and it's going to be a fun time.
No guarantee it's me killing Merritt. It could very well be this guy killing Merritt. You never know. You never know.
I hope.
See you guys. See you guys.
Gotcha.